Hello, welcome back to Elephant. Last episode, we began a pretty big project, or I wouldn't say project, I would say more like the conversation level. Yes, that is what we did last episode, or that's what we started on. What I figured out, I remember, was that in the cutscene there were bulls, 8 bulls surrounding the elephant. 8 bulls? Oxes. 8 oxen surrounding the elephant. Each ox determined the direction, and the sounds the ox made determined the type of symbol, the type of decode, whether it was a hirik or whether it was a kamats. So if we watched it again, it starts off with a so left redirect, left pull, left pull. So there you go. I'm gonna read that to you again. It's a left redirect, a left pull, down left redirect, down right pull, up pull, down left redirect, down left redirect. And that is 8 total activations out of the 7 here. So yeah. The goal is to get this guy to be the down right pulling. So it has to face towards this exact Aleph right here. I think we figured out a few things trying to solve the level last episode. We figured out that yeah, this is the up pull, and then we'll be activating this twice. This will be down left? Down right, sorry. Which is 4 activations. The rest of the other 4 activations will be activating each of these redirects once each. 1 on here. And then the remaining 3 have to be facing down left. Which means that after activating this, for example, which I can move around, this these two will have to be pulled down by the symbol here, and then likely this one here, the LF has to be pulled out. Yeah. Okay. So after thinking about it last episode, I think we figured out that this could happen, and then you could sort of move this left and right without really affecting things, because the only thing the redirect will actually affect is this guy over here, and if it's in this spot, moving you around won't really do anything to you, and therefore it won't reactivate. However, I cannot I cannot activate any other redirects again. The next step has to be a redirect of this guy, if we are assuming this to be a down right. So like, the next thing we figured out was, likely what I want to do is do this and pull out without pulling anything towards me. I think the way I could do that is this sort of thing. This does still do a pull though, but I really don't want that. Or do I? Because after these 2 pulls, the next step is a down left redirect. So somehow, stepping on you must have been able to create a down left redirect. Okay, what about something like this? Kind of suspicious. I think you can definitely pull off something like this though. Look at this. That orders all 3 of them together, and I'm pushing right. You actually don't get a pull because nothing can move. It's all lodged in one. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but you can keep pushing. This feels kind of bad, but hopefully it's not too bad. I don't know. I can definitely move here to dislodge everything. So once a pull out should be fine. Like, I can do this, and then I can do... I can get you out by doing something like this. Yes. I don't really know if I want to do that, to be fully honest. Hmm. Like, this seems bad, doesn't it? I can't really pull you out because you'd pull that symbol towards you. I feel like the next thing I definitely want to do is... You know... no. Like... I almost want to be able to push you down to this spot. I feel like this is the next thing that I need to move. I need to get this down to here and then push left so that this left down here is pulled out. I suppose I would also pull this along with it, which might be a problem. That would be a problem. However, if I put one of these guys down here, if I put one of these here, I could perhaps do a block. Aha! That looks pretty good. Okay. Alright, let's think about it. Let's think about it. Okay. So... Seems like the goal is to pull you guys down. I wonder... This will pull... Will this pull? It won't. That is good, I think? No, it gets a lot of stuff stuck. And this definitely pulls, but like... If I tried to do this sort of thing, I don't think it will work, really. Okay. I feel like the next thing I really want to do is to get these out, though. Do you think this will work? Oh, it works. Wow. That definitely resolves things, because now I can do this. So by doing this and by pushing left here, I will be able to pull out this LF without pulling out the... what is this called? Hirik. Like that. That is the second use of you, and it will in fact activate this. So I can now push up basically, and then that is the next symbol that I want, a down left redirect. Then I want a... Well, then we get problems because like that is really the only way I can think of activating you, which definitely is a problem. Ooh, let's not do that. Okay. So right now, I can sort of still push you out of the way. Not sure if I really want to do that yet. It's a bit iffy. See, the next step I need to pull off is a down right. Okay, it's a down right. It's almost as if... Because we're assuming this will be the down right, right? The down right puller. Because like it's very unlikely that this will be a down right puller. We have to like shift the Hirik all the way up here in relation to the LF, which is not good. Rather... let's not do that. Let's see if I can just get you for now. Like, does this actually break anything? A little bit, doesn't it? I think it breaks it a little bit. Okay, the problem is that for this to actually be... For this to actually be facing down right, it needs to be redirected. That is 100% true, because right now it's facing the wrong way. Regardless of the amount of pulling you do, if this is not redirected, it does not work. And the next redirect and the only other redirect that can actually occur is from here, or whichever is pulled down. So like, you know, maybe it is that this is pulled down in some weird way. Right. Crap, but how do I pull that off? Okay, I wonder if... I'm gonna shove you there for the moment. I can still do this sort of thing. I can sort of do this. That kind of gets you in the right direction. So that is the right direction, and that will do a redirect. Which means that if I can sort of like move you around, I can shift you like maybe to this position. Right? Yeah, okay, that seems valid. In fact, if I could do a pull on 2 of these at once, that would be very nice. Which I think I actually can pull off. Maybe like so. It's a bit iffy. Because these get stuck. And I'm not sure if there's any real way to get them out. After this point. Okay. What if, instead of pulling out this one... I mean, I had to pull out this one. I pulled out... Yeah, this fails, right? Yeah. I don't want to push you left. Okay, but maybe I can... I never want to push you left. I'm wondering if I can redirect you without it being a problem. It looks like the answer might be... maybe? I mean, I can do that, and I can put you back. That looks okay, actually. This move is still valid because we still have the same elements shoved in the middle there. But now you are on the right side of this 3x3 area. That looks good. Which means that I can push right, pull down. Like, it seems like ideally though, I still want... Like, see, this is fine. Okay, well, not really. Not really. Actually, no, this is absolutely fine, yeah. The problem is that you actually, it's very hard for you to be pulled over to align with you. I sort of want to be able to pull you in such a way that not only does this get pulled down, but also this. But having you be pushed one to the left seems like a challenge for now. I'm not entirely sure how I do it. I can do this sort of thing. Like, maybe that's okay? I don't think so. Because the pulling has to come from here. If you were already here, then the pulling will have to be in this column, which we already know is kind of bad because that gets them stuck. Does that mean that this is the only pull that can occur? That seems kind of awkward and not really very useful. Okay. So what I want to do is I think I want to get you... not there. Kind of there, but not really there either. A big swap has to occur. Okay, so I think... this might be valid. Yes, this looks valid. I can pull you over and then... this is fine, and I pull you down. Since you're there, I sort of want this symbol to be... what do I want this symbol to be? I want the symbol to be, like, here. Can I even pull that off? That doesn't look like it can be really pulled off, can it? I mean, now I can definitely do... I don't want to do that, no. Like, if I did this, I just can't pull you down. Although perhaps in some fantasy world, I could... ooh, I don't want to break either. Like, it just feels really hard to get the Aleph here. Also, this pull doesn't really help us with anything, does it? But this is the final pull that... well, this is also another pull that I can pull, that I can use. I guess it's maybe a little bit interesting. There has to be a pull here that's useful, I think. Okay. If I can go back... this shape looks great, but like... how will I use it? I really just want to pull you out. But like, there's no way. I can't get in here and push you right. It's not an issue. And so like, I don't know if there's a way I can like do this that doesn't just break. I mean, I suppose at this point, pushes like this now, do they become valid? I don't think they become valid, do they? I don't know. Like, this looks great, honestly, but I'm not sure how much more I can do for... Ooh, let's not do that. What? Here? Yeah, okay, that looks like it works. I don't know why... Okay, I mean, I know that was necessary. But like, yeah, I don't see how... Nope. I suppose one thing I could do is temporarily put you somewhere else first. Push you past the edge. Pushing you past the edge seems like a bad idea. Unless like, you know... I remember like doing a big old swap again and then this big old swap doesn't seem very productive, does it? Eventually, all remaining redirects have to be in this exact orientation. So like, if there were a way to make this horizontal in that orientation right now, that would be very nice. Okay, let's see. Can pull that out. That looks really interesting, however... It's not a down diagonal. See, I need it to be a down diagonal. It has to be a down diagonal. A down right, in fact. In this case, it has to be a down right. But how do I pull off a down right? Ah, this looks so good, but it's not good enough. There's just no way to push you down. Like... So maybe like the point was not to have shifted you right, but like how do I not... Okay. Can you actually work without being shifted right? Kind of. I mean, theoretically, if I pushed you up by one first... Somewhat. This looks like... This looks worse and worse the more I play around. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to push you right at some point. Unless I don't. I don't know. I don't know if there ever will be a case where I don't. I mean, now this guy is completely useless, but at least we have something different now. Because yeah, now I can definitely do something like this. You're not down right, I can... Ooh. I see some issues. I see some issues. We haven't really figured out what happens after this either. Like, suppose I actually do get this to face down right. Like, what happens after? Something. Something has to happen. With this thing here... The next thing after this is a downright pull. It must be a downright pull followed by a... It must be an activation of this, followed by an activation of this. But the point is, like, how is this activated? Realistically, where is this activated from? Do I need to move this somewhere else before activating it? So many questions. I have no idea how to answer any of them. What? Okay. So if that doesn't work, it seems like this is the next best option. But then like you're almost basically forced to do this, and then things get really weird once you do that. Because this doesn't give me a down diagonal. It never will, actually. The down diagonal, like, the Niku will have to be in here or here. Because immediately after this, you would have to do the down diagonal, Hirik. Basically immediately after that. So, like, we have some information. We know that this pull must lead to a down diagonal. Like so. And then the activation of this down diagonal must then lead to this being down diagonal. Which means we have two options. Either that Aleph is here or here. And it also has to be this exact one that activates it. Or it's here, and then this is pushed one to the left. I'm wondering if... Can there ever be an Aleph here? Like, suppose I had two down diagonals, which is ideal at this point. Would it be beneficial? Like, if I had an Aleph here, that would redirect a Nikud over here. I say arrow, I meant redirect. The Aleph will have to be here. The Kamats have to be here. And that would not be able to be pushed from here unless an Aleph pushes this Aleph from this spot to my spot. Which right now, I don't see any... None of these have the right direction for that. Either that, or... Either that, or I have maybe a better idea. Alright. Okay. Watch this. We do the same thing. We push you over. Do I really want to push you over yet? I want to get you free. I don't want you to be blocking the way. Really though? Like, okay, what can I do at this point? There's stuff I can do. Yeah, I can move you up. Ooh, don't pull anything yet. We'll go around. I can stick you in the corner because I'm pretty sure you are... I don't think you should be in the corner. I want you out. I think the vision is I want a diagonal here. This here. Maybe. It's kind of awkward, I think. That's actually a little bit awkward. I don't know how I'm gonna pull that off. Like, definitely feels like this is valid, but once this happens, you can't really get this out of the way anymore, and it's also completely useless. I cannot use it to pull anything anymore. We're already very clear of that. But like, yeah, I mean, yeah, the reason why I want to use this is because it's already activated. The goal is to have the alpha be here, Aleph, I mean. Then this be over here, and I push right. The only issue is that it will pull these guys along with it, which is bad. And one way I could block, well, it's not by using this, because that will prevent me from moving at all. So really that is bad. The only other method, not the only, but another method I can think of is just not moving you. But have we already determined that to be not possible? I thought I don't remember what happened exactly for the interaction. Don't want that. I don't ever want that. That's not good. Okay. I wonder if I can, like, just put you somewhere else. I mean, I suppose I could just put you in the corner. That really wouldn't hurt. Can I do a valid swap here? I think actually the answer is yes. A valid swap here is good. Because... well, the problem with redirect here, I think we figured out a problem with redirect here, which we did pull off before, is to move this in. This step will unredirect you, which is not good. So it almost feels like this has to always have been here for me to push it in further after this redirect. This redirect could also have been here, I guess, but like I'm not sure which is better. After this, I can definitely shove you away, and then you'd be done with your job. But I don't know what happens after. Like if we were to then assume that this goes in here, forms a diagonal like so, how is that going to be used to perform the last trick? We need 2 more diagonals in this orientation. How are we going to pull that off? I don't know if it's possible. These are so far apart. And also, this has to be activated either from above or from here. Going from down here would necessarily activate this first. So then the next idea is to move you away. But how do I do that? I don't know. It then seems to me like, well, I don't know how many other options I have. But like, I know this is another option. But it's not a very good other option because you're stuck. So to get you out, I would necessarily make a bad activation. However, I realize if you were a diagonal, that would be interesting. Oh, okay. So if I manage to get a diagonal to work, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Okay. Alright, let's try this again. Pull you out. Oh, I realize I can just shift you in like this if you were in the corner. That's interesting, but this does create a pretty bad spot for me. Yeah, you can be stuck there. The reason why I wanted to do this... it's kind of to prevent... Oh, that's the thing I can do. I can move you out of this line first before pushing this set up inwards. That will get you somewhat free. Okay. Okay, if that's the case... what was the goal again? I forgot the goal. Swap. You're already out. You already did your job. I mean, a swap can now actually occur. Yeah, this is a good swap. In fact, this swap is actually really good for accomplishing my next step, which will look like this. That's it. Oh, what? Oh, right. Oh, we already pushed it in. Oh. Oh, we're not supposed to already push it in, huh? Ah, you're right. That does mess things up. Oops. Ugh. Something like that? That makes things really bad for me, doesn't it? Yeah, I think that makes things really bad for me. Because I need to move this away to move you out. And then that would necessarily break this guy. I don't like that. Are we almost certain? Are we getting certain to the point where this won't really work? Should we start backwards then? Like, to me, it seems as if okay, I think no. I say I think, but do I? Because, you know, another way I could do it is by pulling you out. That actually allows this to just turn diagonally on this diagonal. That would be perfect, actually. But we get a couple other problems with that. We don't have a diagonal to use to redirect you. We need a diagonal here to redirect you, which is a problem. That's not a thing I can do right now. And like, there is no way I can pull this way to create a diagonal, I think, because these are all horizontal so far. So like, I can't even push this down and then do this. Although maybe I can do... no, this wouldn't help. I mean, once you guys are both in this row, it's kind of a problem already. Okay, I can do this though. Interesting. Okay. So what about... Wait, I feel like I did something wrong here. Did I do something wrong here? Hold on. No, I think I'm fine. Hold on. I don't know if I'm fine or not. What am I planning to do, by the way? I'm planning to move here without pulling, without pulling that. I feel like I just have to move everything. Like, why don't I just do this? Plus a bit. But like, that seems bad. Actually, I can put it off right now. But that seems bad. Right? Oh, that still requires an initial push like this. But why do I want that? That's just astronomically worse, because you're stuck, and you're like the only key to get unstuck at this point, I think. In this long chain. Right? Yeah, that's the only key. I have to get this thing out first, but if it's stuck in this wall, it's just bad. Okay. I've been working on this for a while. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's go to the settings and make sure I have all the symbols right first. At this point, I'm a little bit insecure, so let's turn on the hints and see if we got the order correct, just to make sure, in case you're trying to pull off the impossible. So, left, 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 down left, down right, up, down left, down left. Okay, so we have everything right. This is exactly the order we need. Which means it's just about whether we can do this or not. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. There you go. And then this is where the difficulty comes in, because what after? Realize we could do this. And then continue. Which gets us one free guy on the right side. Which we can then use to pull up like so. Seems okay. But then the next problem is that this guy is not going to be stuck. Alright, So working backwards, to me, it seems like the only way to get this in the right orientation is by pulling this Aleph out. Yes. Okay. But the only way to do that is to... Okay, hold on. Wait, what's the problem with this again? There was no problem. Get you up, get you down, get you up, get you back up. Do this, swap you guys here. This manages to get just the Aleph out. This is a diagonal. This is a problem though. This does not work. That's bad. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Yeah, it's bad for a couple reasons. The first and generally main reason is because this does not become a down diagonal. I have a couple ideas on how to solve that, but a lot of them don't really do anything for me. I'll just leave these here for now. So this looks bad, but this actually works out. Okay. I mean, that does redirect them, but that gives you the wrong direction. Right now we need a pull that is down, like... wait, hold on. Oh. Whoa. But up. This is interesting. However, because this is the right direction, this is the next direction that's good. So this looks good, actually. Well, I say it looks good, but... Oh, wait. Are we not done? This is also up. Wait, why did I think that this was bad? I thought this was I thought this was down. Oh, I thought this was down, which is why I thought this was bad. But no, this is up. And this is down, right? So these are both correct, which means that at this point, we are good, somewhat. The thing is, we cannot pull up, because that breaks you, which means we need some way to move you out of the way. But how do we do that? Well, if I moved this way, well, then I get stuck. Okay, that's interesting. But this looks really good, right? I think. But this looks bad. Because, yeah, it just does. Although, one way I could avoid that, actually, is by shoving you inside. That blocks you from being pulled into the spot of the Aleph. And then I can pull this entire setup out. Ah. We're almost done. So then the final step has to do with, you know, straight up just, you know, doing an upward pull to make two down diagonals, which means that at the very beginning we should have put these guys together. Okay, but I can definitely do that. And in fact, that doesn't even have to be too unoptimized. I can leave this here. They can both exist in this column. Like so. There you go. And this is actually perfect. So what I want to do now, I think, move you in, redirect you. I can then shove you inside and then nothing goes wrong. This will attempt to pull this down but won't because it fails. Okay. So right now an up push would be spectacular. I think if I can do this, I'll be fine. Yeah. Up pull gets two of these down lefts and then we're done. Okay, so let's start from the very beginning and see exactly what the solution looks like, just to make myself very clear on the solution. I'm gonna get rid of the hints right now because I already know the solution. I know it looks a bit like scammy because it looks like I'm solving it without the hints, but hey, just let me have it, please. I've solved this entire puzzle on my own. All right. So step one is to be able. Well, we know one of these have to be activated. We know that this has to be stepped on to pull it out. The second step cannot pull another one because this the second activation of this word or this sound has to create a down diagonal. So how do we solve that? Well, by just shoving letters in a row, you make a very big chain that will prevent any pulling of any sort of glyph, in fact, which is good. Now, because we know that these two glyphs will eventually be pulled down as the final step, we don't need to use them for anything, and therefore, we can actually just shove them in the corner. That's perfect, and then they will be there and they will not do anything too bad to us. Now, that means that this will be the down diagonal, the down right. And to do that, we pull the top Aleph over, which causes this to go here. This coincidentally creates a down right Hirik, and will eventually create a down Hirik like so, which are the exact two directions we need. Very good. We don't want to pull those yet, so make sure that this doesn't get in the way. Next, we also want to be able to... Oh, we don't want this to be stuck here. We also want to be able to step onto you without pulling this down. Right now, because of the pull, this Hirik will accidentally overlap with its own Aleph, which is bad. This can be buffered if I placed a vowel sound in between, which prevents any pulling from occurring. And this entire setup can be retrieved. Now I can just do a lot of freeing, and then by pulling up, we can now step on these last two and we're done. Wow, okay. Doesn't require that same horrifying insight as the previous level, previous conversation level, but equally challenging. That took a while to construct, and I'm very happy that I managed to do it. So yeah, that's very cool. Next episode, we'll move on to this. I guess we have to watch the cutscene, but I think we'll do that next episode, and we'll make full note of exactly what's going on. So yeah, new world next episode. I think that is really cool. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Bye bye.